So let's go ahead, do any audible exhales, just letting go. And as you do that, we're going to take some deep breaths. And I want you to let the inhale be deep and then hold and then a longer exhale, just for a couple breaths. And as you take the next few of these type of breaths, imagine that we're already bringing in this golden light, this shimmering essence of who you are as the higher self. And it's bathing the body inside and out as you wave the breath in and out. The body begins to soften, letting your nervous system begin to stabilize with that deeper breath and slowing down the breath. And so, as that's happening, we're also intending that the intentions are perfectly integrated exactly how your higher self feels is best, and that your space is clear. Good. And just keep breathing for one moment. I just want to check something. Okay. And so as you allow for the higher self to relax the body, I want you to open your eyes a couple of times, open and shut, open and shut. Just allow them to flutter. And then look all the way up and then let them become heavier and just close down. As the eyes are relaxed, we're now going to open up space for scenes to come in as they do, whether they're seen or known. And we'll intend that we're going to start to bring forth the higher self garden, this comfortable, familiar place that may look the same as it has been, or it may have some shifts. And as we come into the higher self garden, I want 3 sparkling steps to help us get all the way in. So, step 1, you will be supported. The second sparkling step, there will be a remembrance. And your third sparkling step, a full arrival into this sanctuary space. As you look around, I want you to notice how the ground looks or feels. And if you can sense any type of flowers or trees. And we're going to intend that just like the steps were there, that a pathway starts to be sensed or seen or known that's leading to our first door. And when it feels like you have a sense of a door, let me know.
Yes.
Tell me anything about the door.
It's in a tree.
Mhm.
There's a couple wooden steps going up to the door. It has a golden brass looking round handle.
Mm.
It's curved at the top. It's small for dwarves or gnomes or elves or something.
And do you feel like when you get ready to step through, you'll be able to fit?
Yes, I have to stoop. and bend, but I will fit.
Okay. So when you're ready, I want you to step through this door. And as we get to the other side, higher self is reminding us this is going to be connected to the digestive weakness. And as we get all the way through, I want you to let me know if you can sense anything about you, who you are, if it's you present or another time.
It's just very dark in there.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like a dark, narrow, perhaps cold passageway.
And are you you now? Or is this another time or dimension?
I'm not me. It's not another time. It is another dimension.
Mm-hmm. And where are you inside? Is this inside of a certain type of structure? What are you inside of?
I'm inside of an egg shaped structure, but it feels like it's made out of granite rather than eggshell. And it's cool and dark inside.
And ask higher self, why are you inside here?
To make up for something or to do penance. And I asked, is this a punishment? And it says yes.
And was it a punishment from another time?
It's not from another time. It may be from another dimension. I
Mm-hmm.
don't understand the distinction, but that is the distinction.
Mm-hmm. And ask higher self, what happened in that other dimension that is requiring penance?
I first got the word sin, and then I saw some raw meat or slain animals or people, like the inside, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see a beach, but the waves that are lapping ashore and all of the water is like a dark red with like dark shadows and maybe a little orange in it.
And was this self imposed penance?
There's also some fear. Let me
Mm-hmm.
check.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I chose this.
And what belief is formed from this moment? What's being revealed? What belief?
Something to do with integrity. Like if I punish myself, then I am acceptable. Then that makes me good somehow.
And ask higher self if this could be upgraded.
Yes. There's a lot
And,
of tension in the jaw as well.
mhm. And is there a trapped emotion in your jaw?
Like it's wired shut.
To not eat something?
No, to not express. And the
Mm,
pain is from like trying to open the mouth, but it's wired shut, so then it hurts to try to open it.
mhm.
And the not express is like it's related to the integrity. Like staying in integrity means that I should not express. And there's pain, and there's like the pain in the jaw is like punishment. No, let me say that more clearly. Um, it's like the punishment is living in there,
Mm.
not
And
that the
ask,
pain is.
yeah, ask higher self, how can this be upgraded?
So far, all I see is integrity, but it's like in golden light. So then I asked if I need to upgrade my perspective on integrity that I gotta know, or like my belief of what is integrity, I gotta know.
So let's just first breathe a color. What color can help integrate and clear this, give more clarity?
Peach.
So start breathing peach and let's see if anything starts to shift, becoming more clear, giving a higher perspective, a higher frequency of what the upgrade actually means about the golden integrity. And then let that brighten and lighten. And then once you do, if the scene has not already started to shift, probe and ask higher self for clarity.
I'm just getting every time I open up my mouth, something bad comes out.
And how is that higher self? How is that an upgrade by knowing that? Does that need to be upgraded that every time you open your mouth, something good comes out? Or it's an integrity and it's that the integrity is the actual upgrade?
This is another thing that is ready to be upgraded. The integrity itself is not the upgrade.
Mm. And so the upgrade is to be able to have that shift, whatever comes out of your mouth is exactly how it needs to be and it's seen as good.
Now, the upgrade has something to do with releasing guilt. There's some guilt that I'm not in integrity, some guilt that keeps me from getting into integrity. The guilt is holding in place the punishment.
Mm.
I don't deserve to be in integrity because I'm not in integrity.
Mm. Okay. And we're going to fast forward. It may go backward, forward, sideways, but we're going to fast forward to another scene that's important so that you can uproot this. So 3, 2, 1. I want the scene to shift, things to start to change, asking higher self to start bring in a new scene that's representative of the root of this. Begin to gather awareness either of who you are, if you have changed, or if the outer scene begins to change. Begin to let me know anytime that starts opening up.
It's the same character, the same dimension, the same lifetime as the previous scene.
Yeah.
I'm in an earthen dungeon. I'm under the ground, but there's some sort of light. Not a lot of light. Like maybe there's a lantern or something. There's some source of light.
And what
Again,
is, yeah.
dark, it's confined. The walls are real thick because it's all, buried in the ground.
And is that where you are now in another dimension, an aspect of you or some of your essence?
No,
And ask higher self, why is this the scene that needs to be addressed to get to the root?
I'm not sure yet, but the pain in my jaw has shifted. I now have a pain in my third eye instead. And it feels like whatever I'm trying to keep coming out of my mouth is coming from the third eye.
And how long has it been like this that you've been dealing with this? What number comes to you? How long has this been going on?
I can't speak about what I see in my third eye,
Mm,
and the number is 10,000 years.
okay. And ask higher self if we can frequentially work with color on this.
No, in this dungeon, I'm in some sort of a jail.
And are you still there from a long time ago? Are you still in a parallel?
No,
Mhm. And ask higher self, what can we do to fulfill having this actually upgrade? Do you
there's
need?
a lot of
Mhm.
grief and emotion throughout this whole scene, and I need to be given permission or forgiven, I'm not sure, to use my third eye
And
by
can,
some
yeah,
other, by somebody.
can it be like source or God?
No,
Is it the soul that it's connected to or other souls?
yes, it's connected to some kind of soul. And even before that, I was getting the outline of some sort of odd looking queen type figure.
Mhm.
She controls me.
And can you ask that soul for forgiveness, not even needing to know exactly who it is, but calling it out? The soul that needs to forgive me. Can you please forgive me?
I have been granted complete unconditional forgiveness.
Great. And can you thank that soul if you haven't already? And start to breathe in a color that represents gratitude and integration.
Light blue.
Breathing that and bathing your digestive system from mouth to anus, bathing your body, bathing like a rainbow bridge from you to that time and beyond. And ask higher self as that's happening if you can now go to the next scene.
Yes, we can.
So we're going to levitate from that scene, let it shift, lighten and brighten, lifting and levitating into a higher space. It may feel like there's somewhat of a return to the garden. And we're going to be looking for a second doorway that may be preceded by a path.
I found another door. It's on the side of a mushroom. It's a very small door.
And so this next small door is connected to the second intention around your root and anything possibly around survival. And so I want you to notice again, if you're able to be small enough to get into this door.
I don't fit, but I can dematerialize.
So when you're ready, dematerialize and get through the door. And when you get on the other side, again, we're wanting to notice anything about this next version of you. We're asking higher self to bring about anything of the scene that will also have us address your root issue. And let me know anything that you sense in body about who you are or around you.
I'm a male character with a short, sharply pointy, well trimmed beard. I look like some sort of count out of 1600s France, some kind of sword. I'm in a dark room. I'm standing at the head of a long, rectangular wooden table.
Is there anyone there?
There's no one there. I am underground.
And what is the sense? What is going on there? What is happening in your world at that time?
I'm waiting for a banquet to begin, but no one is there and no one is coming and there's no food yet.
And what is significant about who you are?
Well, the very first thing that came is I am the king.
Okay. And what is this banquet about?
Celebrating me, of course. And
Mm.
there's a threat of arrogance.
And ask higher self, how is this connected to your root? What is important to know or what happened?
This king was betrayed, like French Revolution betrayed. And then there's this message that even the king is not safe.
And is it important for you to know who betrayed you?
No,
And ask higher self if what else is needed to be known about this so we can heal it.
if even the king is not safe, then I can never be safe.
And ask higher self, how can this be upgraded?
Need to make the king safe. And there's sensation in the root.
And is it accessing a higher probability for the king? Or is it a better understanding for the king to know?
Feels like it would like to upgrade the perspective of safety coming from within instead of looking externally for safety or security, because that's always shifting around and always uncertain and never actually safe,
Yep.
even if you're king.
And I want you to let that version of you know, like you're almost whispering to them as a guardian angel, and ask them if they're willing to receive this upgrade.
The king is angry and scared and is reacting. The king does not want the upgrade. The king is king. The king should not be facing such insurrection. So the king is getting emotional.
And that's okay. We're going to respect that, but we're going to upgrade who you are today. And so I want you to ask yourself if we can go ahead and frequentially shift this now to a higher perspective of safety from within for you.
The tension has drained from the root.
Good. And just, are you bathing it with color, bathing your body in the area?
Light yellow.
Okay. Keep breathing that, and then let me know if anything about the scene shifts or if it fades altogether.
We still feel tethered to this scene.
And ask higher self why, what needs to be known.
Something to do with regret.
Was there something that you regretted that was unfinished business there?
The king regrets how he treated people.
Mm. Does he too need forgiveness?
Yes.
And as a parallel higher self that you be, can you offer him forgiveness light? We're also going to do a soul council, asking all the other souls at this now time that are available to also do a forgiveness bath so that they and he can be free. Lightening and brightening, giving the essence the ability to let go of old trapped emotions that were keeping the consciousness underground, letting it rise, letting things be in a higher probability, for him then and you now. Rising, brightening, swishing the scene to a higher scene. Let me know how you're doing and how anything around you is showing itself.
I see the king in a happy scene in an above ground banquet with food and people.
Mm. And how has this upgraded a new belief for him? What is a possible upgraded belief that is now in this higher scene?
How he treats people affects his security.
Mm. And so we're going to let the energy lift and shift, knowing that this is brought into a higher probability and even more higher beliefs may be realized. But as we are being called now to another door, we're going to ask ourselves to help us shift from this scene, letting anything fade from it. 3, 2, 1, so that we can go access one more door. And so, just like the last, it may feel like there's a shift back towards the garden, or it may just be in a higher space. But let me know if you can sense a path and then a door.
The door is surrounded by yellow. Like round yellow around the door. Like it's in a sun or the middle of a flower or something.
And this doorway is going to be what higher self feels like is most of high priority to complete with. So I don't actually see any label, but I want you, when you feel ready, to go through the door. And on the other side, again, first notice anything about you, if you're you this life or another.
So it's above ground. It's a room. There's a chair I'm sitting in the chair. I am tied to the chair. When I first entered the room and I saw the woman tied to the chair, I thought it was my mother. Looks like her, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
her, it's me. But I look like my mother. I'm tied.
And ask higher self if that's significant that you look like your mother.
Yes.
And what does higher self want you to know about this scene?
It seems to represent the confusion and frustration I feel about my relationship to my mother in this lifetime. This scene feels very current.
And
Like
what, yeah, go ahead.
just like not from 10,000 years ago. It's more current.
Mm-hmm. And what subconscious belief wants to be identified from this scene?
I'm chained to her forever, and I don't even know why.
And ask higher self if that can be changed to an upgraded belief.
Only if I first let go of the anger and frustration.
And where is that anger and frustration? If you could locate it in your body or in your aura or both.
Then the root,
And what color can go ahead and start to shift that?
a liquid emerald green.
Start breathing that. And I want you to let your consciousness know your level of willingness to let this go and shift. Breathing that color at whatever percentage you're ready and willing to let this shift so that you can free this energy and go into a higher belief system. Breathing and lightning, allowing any transfiguration to happen, not suppressing it, but moving through the emotional scale so that it can actually start to open, lift, vibrate into a higher pattern with that green, freeing up ancient imprint and emotion.
There's a lot of yawning, and there's
Mhm.
cold in the body moving through. Oh, emerald green is coiled like a snake in the root, like a green enamel snake. Little waves of shivers through the body.
Let yourself also begin to see if you can visualize or allow higher self to show an upgraded scene. Freeing yourself from that.
Same scene, but I am untied. Oh,
And what is an upgraded belief?
that she is my friend and we are walking each other home.
Mm.
And that upgraded belief makes breathing difficult and more shallow.
Mm.
Resistance. Like the sinuses and lungs fill with mucus, so there is less air passing through.
And can you go ahead and breathe a new color into that area?
Oh, light blue again.
So breathe that color. We're asking that the light blue frequentially shift anything else that's connected to this to help so that you're able to levitate and lift out of this scene so that we can start to go back to the higher self garden. We're asking for this blue, and if there's any other colors that higher self feels that will help, to let that come to your awareness and start to move through your breath and imagination. And as that's happening, we're also asking, similar to last, for any additional forgiveness frequencies to move through these colors for you all around you, giving a higher understanding and higher probabilities for you and your mother. lifting, brightening, clearing through all time and all space, aligning into the higher timeline, the higher frequencies that this session has lifted and brought into availability. And so we're asking that higher self start to bring you back to the garden, the sanctuary, so that you can come back and have a next level of integration and alignment to who you really are at the highest self and why you came here at the higher probability. And we'll be looking for anything familiar about the higher self garden to start to draw into your awareness. Noting that we like to come out the way we come in. So we're looking for that familiarity. And we're looking for our 3 sparkling steps that we started with. And we're asking that as you are coming into the garden, that you also, before you go on any steps, that you just really stand tall in your higher self, embodying all these shifts that give you new grounding, a healthy digestion, new level of emotional availability, next level of really loving boundaries that allow you to be who you are while you're walking your mother home. New level of digestion too, to not have to digest everything for everyone, but to digest exactly what's needed. And that your golden path, who you are as higher self, we're asking to really select all whatever is in that golden path. Like you're literally like making an order and you're selecting those frequencies as you breathe in before we exit the garden. Breathe in the golden light, letting it fill in the body, fill in the space that you're in. And we're asking the garden helpers, the trees, the flowers, the plasma, to give you a new level of grounding, possibly even a new grounding cord. As that grounding is taking place, affirming, I digest life with ease. I release what is not mine. I have sacred boundaries that are healthy for my mother and I. I am sovereign and grounded. I attract emotionally available, abundant partner and any other types of partnerships that support my path. I am on my highest timeline, and I know all that is happening is unfolding perfectly. And as that is settling in, we're asking just for the frequential sensations to be at the outer edge of your aura. Giving it a more healthy boundary, but yet approachable. And a greater clarity to know that you are the higher self, trusting your instinct and your knowings. And so, as this being of light that you be, we're going to ask that you start to come towards those sparkling 3 steps to come back. When we step on the first one, we're asking to integrate all the upgrades. The second step, grounding fully into the new. And the third step, returning fully back, full awareness, awake, opening your eyes, and trusting the next moments, movements, actions, processing ways that you're guided instinctually. Just let yourself stretch and open.